A message from your manager says an urgent payment must go out now. The name and profile photo look right. The message contains no attachment and no obvious spelling mistake. Is it safe? Not necessarily. In social engineering, the dangerous payload may be the request itself. An attacker wants you to click, sign in, reveal a code, change bank details, approve a prompt, install software, or bypass a normal process. This video breaks down common scam patterns across email, text, phone, QR codes, and collaboration tools. We will follow a fictional invoice change attempt, compare human and technical defenses, and build a response plan for both suspected and successful phishing. We will not reproduce a real or credential page, phone number, victim record, or reusable attack procedure. Effective beginner scam explainers begin with a believable request, reveal warning signs one at a time, show the decision path, and finish with a simple action people can remember under pressure. Channel changes keep the lesson concrete: inbox, text, call, login, payment, report, and recovery. We adapt only those general presentation techniques. This script, fictional example, diagrams, artwork, thumbnail, branding, and scene composition are original to CipherVibe. Here is the analogy. Treat every important request like an airport bag. The label may show a familiar name, but you still verify who checked it, what is inside, where it is going, and whether the handling process is normal. Urgency does not let a bag skip screening. For a digital request, check the claimed identity, the requested action, the destination for money or data, and the approved process. The safest verification channel is one you select independently, not a phone number, link, or reply path supplied by the message. Phishing commonly uses deceptive email or digital messages. Spear phishing is more targeted. Smishing uses text or messaging. Vishing uses voice and may now include convincing audio or video impersonation. QR code phishing, sometimes called caching, moves the destination behind a code that is harder to inspect before scanning. Business email compromise, or BC, targets business processes such as invoices, payroll, account changes, gift cards, or transfers. The FBI describes BC as a sophisticated scam that may use social engineering or compromised business email accounts. Social engineering is broader. It exploits trust, authority, urgency, fear, curiosity, helpfulness, or routine. A real compromised account can make the sender address correct. Perfect grammar proves nothing. Caller ID and profile images can be spoofed. Analyze the requested behavior. What am I being asked to do? Is it expected? Is the timing, channel, destination, or secrecy unusual? Which independent control should confirm it? A social engineering chain often begins with context. The attacker learns a name, vendor, project, travel schedule, or reporting relationship from public information, a data breach, or a compromised account. Next comes pressure: an expiring account, confidential deal, missed delivery, tax warning, executive request, or helpful support call. The message directs an action: open a document, scan a code, visit a sign-in page, reveal information, approve multi-factor authentication, install remote support, or change payment details. Capture may occur through a fake sign-in, malicious attachment, consent prompt, conversation, or process change. Abuse follows: account takeover, mailbox rules, data theft, fraud, additional phishing, or persistence. Defenses can break the chain early with filtering and authentication, during the request with clear warnings and independent verification, at sign-in with phishing-resistant authentication and risk controls, and after interaction with rapid reporting. Session revocation, payment recall, investigation, and recovery. Awareness training helps people recognize pressure and know what to do next. Use it for varied channels and realistic decisions, not a yearly trivia test. Avoid blaming users. Shame delays reporting. Process controls protect high-impact actions. Use independent callbacks for payment or account changes, separation of duties, approval thresholds, known vendor records, and a stop work path when a request feels wrong. A compromised mailbox should not defeat the process. Technical controls reduce exposure. Email authentication and filtering can reject or label some spoofing and malicious content. Safe attachment handling, web filtering, endpoint protection, logging, and anomaly detection add layers. No filter is perfect. Multi-factor authentication is important, but manually entered one-time codes can still be relayed. NIST defines phishing resistance as an authentication protocol preventing disclosure of valid secrets or outputs to an imposter without relying on user vigilance. Properly implemented FIDO or WebAuthn-style authenticators can provide that property. Use all three approaches: trained people, verified business processes, and technical guardrails. Northstar Design receives a fictional email that appears to continue a real vendor conversation. It says the vendor changed banks and asks for the next invoice to use a new account. The display name, writing style, and invoice number look familiar. Accounts payable notices 3 process signals: payment details changed, the request arrives shortly before a deadline, and the message asks them not to involve the usual contact because the change is confidential. They do not reply, click, or call the number in the message. They open the approved vendor record and call the existing contact through the independently stored number. The vendor confirms no bank change. Northstar reports the message through its internal channel and preserves the original for analysis. Security finds that the message came from a lookalike domain. Finance documents the attempted change and confirms no payment was released. The lesson is not spot the typo. The message could have come from a compromised real account. The durable defense was a verified payment change process that the message could not redefine. Use a simple pause checklist. First, is the contact unexpected, or is the requested action high impact? Second, does the message create urgency, fear, authority, reward, or secrecy? Third, is it asking for credentials, codes, money, personal data, software, or a process exception? Inspect the full sender address and destination when your device safely reveals them, but do not rely on appearance alone. Do not scan an unexpected QR code to discover where it goes. Do not trust caller ID as proof. Open the service through a saved bookmark or official app. Call the person using a number you already have. For an internal request, start a new message through the company directory or speak in person. Ask a question whose answer was not supplied by the suspicious contact. If a message might be malicious, use the organization's report function before deleting it. Do not forward it casually to coworkers because that can spread active links or attachments. Follow the approved reporting procedure. If you clicked entered information, approved a prompt, installed software, or sent money, stop and report immediately. Do not hide the mistake or spend an hour investigating alone. Use a trusted device or known support channel if the original device may be compromised. Tell responders what happened, when, which account or device was involved, and what information or action was exposed. Possible actions include disconnecting a device from the network without destroying evidence, resetting credentials from a clean path, revoking sessions and tokens, reviewing multi-factor methods, checking mailbox forwarding and consent grants, scanning or rebuilding a device, contacting a bank or payment provider, preserving records, and notifying affected parties under the incident plan. The exact sequence depends on the event. If money was transferred, contact the financial institution immediately and follow applicable law enforcement guidance. If identity information was exposed, use the official recovery service for your jurisdiction. Do not use links sent by someone claiming to be a recovery agent. Common mistakes include teaching one stereotype, such as poor grammar, using fear without a clear reporting path, measuring only click rates, running surprise simulations that mimic trauma or benefits, and punishing the people who report quickly. Training should measure safer behavior, reporting, independent verification, correct escalation, and reduce time to containment. Include email, text, phone, QR, collaboration tools, multi-factor prompts, support impersonation, and payment change scenarios. Protect simulation data. It can reveal who clicked, departments, addresses, and defensive gaps. Limit access, retention, and public reporting. Do not collect real passwords in a simulation. Coordinate with legal, privacy, human resources, labor, communications, and leadership as required. Technical mistakes include assuming MFA solves phishing, failing to monitor mailbox rules or consent grants, leaving legacy authentication enabled, and allowing one person to change and approve a payment destination. Most important, build a culture where "I may have clicked" triggers support, not ridicule. Rapid truth is a security control. Here is the phishing defense checklist. Pause when a request is unexpected, urgent, secret, or high impact. Identify the requested action, destination, and business process, not only the logo or grammar. Verify through a channel you select independently. For money, account, payroll, or sensitive data changes, use a known record and secondary approval. Never let the suspicious message define its own verification method. Protect accounts with unique passwords, a password manager, software updates, filtering, monitoring, and multi-factor authentication. Where the risk and platform support it, use properly implemented phishing-resistant authentication. Report suspicious messages through the approved channel, then follow guidance on deletion. If you interacted, report immediately and state exactly what you opened, entered, approved, installed, or sent. Remember the airport bag, verify the identity, inspect the requested contents, confirm the destination, and enforce the handling process. Urgency does not bypass screening. The goal is not to make every person a forensic analyst. It is to make pausing, independent verification, reporting, and recovery normal. Copyright 2026 CipherVibe. All rights reserved.